Have you ever seen a home listed as is in California? Well, let me tell you what that really means. So in the California Residential Purchase Agreement, or the contract, it actually already states in all contracts that homes are sold in as-is condition. As a buyer though, you have the right to ask for repairs to be made, and the seller can always say yes or no. In California, the seller legally has to make sure that the water heater is braced and strapped and that the home has smoke detectors. So those are the only two legal things that are required to be fixed by the seller prior to closing. Now, when you sign a clause that says as is, so the contract already says it, but a lot of times in a counter offer, and we'll even use this sometimes, the listing agent will put forth a statement that says property to be sold as is, seller will not make any repairs. So what that means is that if you go through your inspection, so you do still have a right to make inspections or get your inspections done, and you find that there's a bunch of stuff that's wrong with the house that you didn't know about before, you still have the right to cancel and get your deposit back. The seller just won't fix anything. So that's really what it means. You're not waiving any contingencies or anything like that by agreeing to an as-is clause. What I will say, and what we've found some success in for our buyers, is that if you sign an as-is agreement and then it turns out that there are some structural things wrong with the house or some major issues that you didn't know about before, there are some sellers that will work with you on that because they want to sell their house even though you agreed to an as-is sale, in the beginning. We also had another situation where a house needed a lot of work. The clients were aware of it up front, our buyers were, but after they got all of their inspections and really looked at the numbers and the costs that it would take to fix all of the items, they decided that, wow, this is so much work. Do you think the seller would give us any credit? And so I said, well, can't hurt to ask. If you don't ask, you never know. So we put in a request for a $50,000 credit, and the seller gave it to us. It doesn't always happen. I would say that is a rarity, but you can ask. You might, tick off some listing agents in the process, but you have to do what's right for your buyer. And we always recommend that you get inspections regardless if you're signing an as-is clause or not.